Welcome to Algebra Examples. Today we're going to look at the example of graphing the equation y is equal to 3x by plotting points. When we start, we're going to create a little chart. So we're going to start off with a nice line across, and we're going to have a column, two columns, and I'm actually going to add a third. You don't have to. Our first column is going to be for our x points, the second for our y points, and the third one we'll put our coordinate x comma y. That way, when we draw our graph of our line, and let's get a little graph set up for that. We have our x-axis and our y-axis. We're going to be able to plot the points easily from the chart that we created. So we want to use easy numbers when we're plotting points. And we're going to start off, let's just start off with the numbers 0 and 1. And I'm going to put a third point. Technically, we only need 2 points to plot a line, but sometimes it's easier to draw it out if you have 3 points that you're working with. The points that you're going to put in, the numbers are always going to be the x values. So we want to start off with numbers in our x column here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take those numbers that we see here, and we're going to plug them into the equation that we have given over here. So we have y is equal to 3x. We are going to start with the number 0, and we're going to place that exactly where we see that x value. So our y is 3 times 0. And notice I gave my column y a little bit extra space so I can write down what that's equal to, which is 0. Our second number that we're going to plug in is the number 1. Again, we're going to plug that in where we see our x value. So this is 3 times 1, which gives us a solution of 3. And the last point that we're going to put in is x is equal to 2. And 3 times 2 is 6. Now this third column I put in is for our graphing. This is going to make it a little bit easier. You don't have to do this, but I find it kind of nice. All we do is put together the information of the first 2 columns so that our information looks like a point, 0, 0. So we're putting in that point form. Our second one, our x value is 1, our y value is 3. And for our third point, our x value is 2, and our y value is 6. So now we have 3 coordinates that we're working with, 0, 0, 1, 3, and 2, 6. Now let's go over to the little graph that we started putting together. We're going to put some tick marks on our graph for our points. So we're going to need at least 2 tick marks on the bottom. I'm going to put down a little bit extra. And we need 6 on our y-axis, which remember is always our vertical axis. And I'm going to list some of those numbers, 3 and 6, on our vertical axis for ease. Our first point that we're plotting is at 0, 0. So our x value, the horizontal, is going to be at 0. That's always at the center. We don't label that, but it's still going to be at the center. It's just kind of one of those things that we have to remember. Same for our y value. It's going to be at the center. That's always the base. So I'm going to create a little pink dot here for our first point. Our second point is at 1, 3. So that says 1 in the x value. So here's our horizontal line, our x values. Here's 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of put a dashed line that goes up. Our y value is at 3, so we go over and we kind of see where those 2 dashed lines meet, and that is where our point is going to be. So our second point is at 1, 3. Our third point, our x value is 2. Again, we can just kind of do a dashed line to figure out where in our coordinate system we need to put that dot. And our y value is at 6, so we put a dashed line over at 6. Sometimes we need to extend our lines a little bit. And when we get that done, we put our nice dot there. Last thing that we're going to do is we are going to play connect the dots. And so we are connecting these 3 dots. And it may or may not be pretty. Sometimes it looks, you can see looks like we're a little bit off, but that's okay. Our graphs will not always be perfect. And here's our line. We're going to label it y is equal to 3x. I hope you enjoyed this example today. If you like these videos, please hit subscribe and like. Have a great day.